Hello YouTube, how are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful day, alright? Because I'm having a great day, so yeah, you better be too, or else. Today, we is going to be going over the super helpful and the super useful dribble flick mechanic. The skill is so fun to use, I swear, it's like, I probably have said this before in one of my other videos about another skill, like, I bet I said it in like my passing or ceiling shot video or something, but no, this has to be my favorite way to score a goal. When you get that crisp, powerful flick that the defenders try, but they just can't quite stop, and it just goes right by them. It's great. So have you ever used one of these bad boys before? If you haven't, then I'm sorry, but you'll never be a grand champ. I'm sorry. Just kidding, but if you have, then you might understand why for some reason dribble flicking reminds me a lot of using these things. The physics of getting the power in a flick shot are just kind of similar to getting a dirty toss with one of these scoopers or whatever they're called. It's like it's all in the flick. You want the ball to roll a little bit on the top of your car and then flick. Typically with the ball on the front end of your car, just like with the scooper, you want the ball to roll and then flick as the ball reaches the tip of the scooper. So using the scooper comparison, this is why I usually find myself doing a backflip when flicking the ball rather than, I mean, you can, in some situations it's better to front flip or side flip, but in most situations I find myself personally using backflips. When you're dribbling, the ball just has a lot of forward momentum, so when you flick up, meaning backflip to make your nose flip up, you're not killing all that momentum by backflipping, you're essentially acting as a scooper where you're flicking back while the ball hits the nose of your car, like almost ramping up your car towards the nose while you backflip, to put like almost a backspin on it to make it continue its forward trajectory, but with like an upward arc to get over defenders. One way you can enhance a dribble flick a little bit, just to add another variable to defending it, is jump, but don't flick immediately, kind of hold it for a second and then flick. A lot of times you can catch defenders out jumping in anticipation when you jump, and then they can't stay up long enough for the flick a second later. A lot of times when I'm not using a backflip, it's because I'm moving a bit too fast, and if I try to backflip, I think the ball will just roll off the front of my car before I'm able to flip. So I find that in those situations where you're flying like Usain Bolt down the field, those are the situations to side flip. You can flick the ball up. Rather than arcing it, it's usually more of like a bullet shot because of the speed you're already going with the additional flick to give it some height. The other time I find myself using side flips more than like a back flip is when I am in control of the ball. I use it more so almost as like a bridge to get by someone. You can easily flick the ball left or right to get by someone challenging, and that way you can sort of retain possession rather than just flicking it downfield. Now, I know I just said easily, even though for some people still learning the fundamentals of dribbling, just keeping the ball steady on top of your car can be difficult, which I mean everyone can relate to, really. No one starts Rocket League as a dribble lord. Everyone begins as a complete noob, so just keep practicing if you can't really dribble. Once you get dribbling down, flicking the ball becomes much easier. My main advice if you struggle with keeping the ball on top of your car or just dribbling in general is just in between games, if you don't want to do it on its own, like practicing Rocket League, I know it's pretty boring. Even if it's just in between games while you're searching, quickly go into free mode, training, and just practice balancing the ball, even if it's just for 15 seconds or whatever while searching. It adds up quickly, like you get a lot more experience than you would just doing it in game. So especially if you play as frequent as I do, you can get a lot of just training in between instead of just sitting there watching the loading screen or whatever. So now that we'll wrap up this one. I know this one's kind of short. I just kind of wanted to briefly touch on this skill and kind of give a few tips on it and let you guys know that I'm not dead, because it's been like 2 weeks since my last upload, so I'm sorry for that. I really want to get a video out there so you guys know that I am not dead. And the reason for my lack of videos lately is that my 780, my graphics card, recently just fried in the middle of recording. It was actually at the start of this video was when I lost it, so I've been unable to play or record or edit anything for the past 2 weeks. I'm currently borrowing a friend's extra 1060 while I wait for my 1080 to come in the mail, but Yeah, it was pretty much the worst timing, right as the new Rocket League season starts. But I plan on doing lots of videos and streaming once my 1080 comes in the mail though, so definitely be looking forward to that. Anyways, I want to thank you all for sticking around during my technical difficulties the past 2 weeks. It really means the world to me reading all your comments on the videos I've posted prior when I can't play myself, so thank you so much. Anyways though, everyone, until next time, peace out, have a great night.